So UFC 281 just ended, and we all know that Michael Chandler lost against Poirier at UFC 281. He had Dustin Poirier in really good positions. At some points, he even had him against the cage in round number 1 or 2 and started throwing bombs. Even Poirier admitted that he would have been out cold if Chandler didn't throw looping shots and instead threw straights. Dustin Poirier also mentioned that Chandler was fighting unfairly and actually fish hooking into his mouth so he could try and get the choke. He was also rubbing his snot all over Dustin.
And I told him he's a dirty motherfucker too, for putting his fingers in my mouth and blowing his nose, and
I think most of us know that it was pretty obvious from the footage that Chandler was fish hooking Poirier's mouth, which he did admit, which is wild to hear and to see. Dustin was the first ever person to submit Chandler, which is pretty insane to think about. It's crazy how many brawls Chandler has gotten into with Gaethje, Oliveira, and now Dustin. What's crazy is that this is Chandler's 5th fight in the UFC and has already built a huge name for himself. Every time he fights, his stock just keeps on increasing. Granted, people knew him from Bellator, but right now, he's on the top of his game. With all that being said, who should Chandler fight next? I mean, obviously he's going to need to take a break for a couple of months, but after that, who is he going to fight? I doubt his ranking is going to drop. He'll probably still be in the top 5. Maybe he'll drop a point or 2 in the rankings, but who knows? Chandler has lost 3 times in the Madison Square Garden. Chandler has a curse with Madison Square Garden. I think Chandler has a few options here, and I think a good matchup would be Chandler versus Beneil. It'd be a great fight. They both have really good ground games and strong hands. Beneil's jiu-jitsu and Chandler's explosive wrestling would be a great fight. Beneil's last fight with Gamrot was an absolute masterclass. He dropped Gamrot in the 3rd round and won by split decision. Another great fight for Chandler would be Fiziev. I heard that Fiziev was supposed to fight Justin Gaethje, but Justin Gaethje declined. I think Chandler vs Fiziev would be a dog war. Fiziev's explosive power with Michael Chandler's explosiveness would be insane. Someone would have to get knocked out in that fight. Another great fight is for Chandler, in my opinion, is Conor versus Chandler at 170. He's called him out plenty times before, so I think it would be a great matchup. I know this video is pretty short, but I'll try to make longer videos next time. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys later, and peace.